From one of Argentina's most unreal landscapes to one of my hardest travel days.
This very well could be quite a grim episode on the Aussie Espanol channel.
Northern Argentina is supposed to be like nothing else. Endless salt flats stretching forever, rainbow mountains in impossible colors, tiny desert towns sitting in the middle of nowhere.
Paddy's on the correct side there. And you've got these beautiful natural lakes.
The plan was always to rest in Salta, but I didn't expect to stay this long.
She was running around yesterday too.
De Bolivia.
Somewhere along the way, my dog got sick. My tuk-tuk started falling apart, days slowed down, plans changed, and Salta turned into more than just a stop. This is northern Argentina, and it wasn't what I expected.
I'm as confused as you are, Miss Pads, of this doll. This was not on the bingo card for today. I knew about Argentina's salt flat, but I had no idea that the road we were taking would take us right past it. The shops look, this is all salt. The hotels around this area, the stores are all with the salt bricks. Argentina, you freaking gem of a country. You've got it all. Look at that. The Argentinian salt flat. We got Tori back on the salt plains. And it's hard as heck, so the tuk-tuk can literally drive anywhere. You can drive as far as you want.
The Salinas Grandes are one of Argentina's largest salt flats, sitting more than 3,400 meters above sea level. This entire landscape was once an ancient lake, slowly evaporating over thousands of years and leaving behind this endless crust of salt. Today, the flat stretch over 200 square kilometers, blindingly white, silent, and almost impossible to judge distance. Out here, the ground feels solid, but it's constantly shifting, cracking, and reforming with the seasons. Standing in the middle of it doesn't feel like Earth at all.
Right, so Paddy and I have kind of stuck around. We've gotten to the pilotones now with the sun rapidly lowering. These are little man-made pools done by the local houses and things just behind me. The tour guides help out to keep them maintained. While you can't step in them, they said you can touch and even taste the very, very salty water. Pero me dicen es fácil. Sí. You've got to come to this spot with a guide that we've organized, Paddy and I, to really know where you can walk, where you can't walk. Some people have walked through here and they've broken it. So there's all these cars that just park, and we're here for the beautiful sunset. How nice. Wow, qué linda.
Bien, esta vamos a hacer unas fotitos acá, ¿sí? Ustedes, por ejemplo, se van a poner allá, yo le voy a tomar una fotito de acá para salir con su foto de reflejos. ¿Bien?
Qué linda.
Van a permitir su celular.
It's an incredible sight with the sunset in the background, the mountains, the reflection that comes off of the lakes here. It's almost like coral. These two huge lakes. This is so worthwhile coming with Patty and seeing it all. And you've got these big kind of, this is quite deep. That probably goes down about half a meter there. Incredible, incredible, but it's so fragile that they've marked out the path that you kind of can walk along. Paddy's on the correct side there. The tour guide here was saying that during the day, this big lake has colors of reds, yellows, and that's the reason why you can't touch this salt lake while you could the others. The other is complete salt. This is a mixture of salt and also just fresh water that have created the minerals and things, and touching from the human hand would contaminate the water, unfortunately. So yeah, it's great to have that bit of knowledge from the guide. Gracias.
No,
Muchas gracias.
por favor, muchas gracias.
Hace frío now. But did you enjoy that? Yeah, you're cold now, eh?
¿Vamos?
Muy bien. These trucks are loving it. You beauty! You got people stopping. They'll pass us and they'll stop just to say hi and wave and take a little video. But tuk-tuks go anywhere and do anything. Do they not, ladies and gentlemen? I hope I'm building faith in your ability to see me get to at least Mexico. No, we're getting to Alaska, surely. Yeah, free. There we go. No, putiki. We made it to Pumamarca. We've got a $15 room for the night. No, come. We're just going to get cash out so we can pay them. We don't have any cash with us currently. We're going to the city. And there it is. Our little afternoon walk takes us to the famous Pumamarca Montaña de Siete Colores. Look at that. Imagine you just... I didn't know we were staying so close. And I've just looked to my right and hardly recognize this place anymore. This is beautiful. There's parts. This is like the aesthetic of the town. Kind of all surrounds this beautiful Cerro de Colores, they call it. Well, we just got money out because we have to. It's a cash society. We've got to pay for the hotel. This is the plaza, by the way. We got about $60 US out and we got done $13 US of a fee. And we don't have any choice. They got all these garments, some fake North Face, but also just the typical kind of llama and stuff. It's nice to be here at night though. This is a good vibe. Every man and their dog has a table set up though to sell little souvenirs and trinkets. Mate cups, of course.
Pumamarca gave us an incredible ending to the day with live chocolate in a random restaurant I found whilst looking for dinner.
Qué lindo.
Si nos entregamos y lo perdemos por completo, y si nos tiramos a que esto sea cierto, lo que revelaste.
Whoa! These are all made fresh today. They're gonna be good. New day, new breakfast raid in Argentina. 7-colored mountain behind us. Got the tuk-tuk parked up, ready to scoff this. And go for a little hike, Miss Parts. What you saying? Yeah. So much better. That's a little taste of Argentina.
The mountain of 7 colors sits just outside the town of Pumamarca, in North Argentina's high-altitude desert. These layers were formed over millions of years as different minerals settled, compressed, and slowly rose with the Andes. Iron, copper, and sulfur give the mountain its reds, greens, yellows, and purples, each stripe marking a different moment in time. Up here at over 4,000 meters above sea level, even walking feels slow. It's one of Argentina's most photographed landscapes, but standing in front of it, the colors feel unreal. My curiosity overwhelmed me in amongst such beautiful scenery, and I wanted to get lost in it.
What do you reckon, Miss Parts? Is pretty good, eh?
Hiking along this abandoned trail, far from the main walking tracks, I stumbled across something unexpected.
Yep, I'm as confused as you are, Miss Pads, of this kind of dole where people are literally making contributions for luck or something.
An ancient doll, worn and weathered by time. Others had left money on it almost like an offering, and a surprisingly substantial amount of money too. There's something strange and mysterious about finding pieces of the past hidden in the most unexpected places.
Yeah, nice. What a morning, hey? What a morning. What a day, eh? That's more like it. Alright. We're just currently now heading out of Pumamarca. What do you say, Miss Potts? Heading out on the road, Miss Potts. Happy, Miss Potts? Little shake. Still drove 30 hours. Ciao. Say amigos! Eh! I love it. They were shouting at me from the intersection. Look at these bunch of vines. Those little market store restaurants. Each little senora has her own cubicle probably. We're getting closer than ever to Salta, ladies and gentlemen. We're now just 60 kilometers away where we are about to have our good rest. Very much needed rest for a couple weeks, Miss Pats. You've done well.
Back on the road, we hit our first police stop in Argentina. Driving a tuk-tuk nobody's seen before after being out of the country for over a year and a half, I had no idea what to expect or if the rules for three-wheel vehicles had changed.
¿Cómo estás, jefe? ¿Cómo estás, jefe? ¿Todo bien?
¿Dónde viene?
Voy a Salta.
¿Salta?
Tengo amigos allá. Hace mucho no conozco. No, estoy mirando a ellos. Ya, vamos a tomar mate y comer bien. Ah, gracias, amigo. Muy amable, muy amable. There we go. In Argentina, in any place you go in Latin America especially, a police stop where you're in a vehicle, just talk about the next place you're going. You're gonna meet friends and they're making you the traditional dish of the country. And police don't want to even have anything to do with my documents. I forgot that we'd be going this road, but we are. So, see how it's barely big enough for a tuk-tuk? I don't know how two normal cars pass each other. This is Route 9, the less used road going to Salta. Look at this, look at this. See that? It's a madness. But it's a beautiful 56 kilometers of like mountain curvies, very popular for motorcycles through here.
Driving back along Route 9, I can't help but remember coming this way a year and a half ago. The mountains haven't changed, still impossibly green, still winding endlessly. It's quiet, peaceful, and beautiful, a reminder that some roads stay just as magical even after all this time.
You guys are beautiful. What do you think about them, Miss Paz? Are they gorgeous? Eh? ¿Te pone loca? Un poquito. Well, this is it. Miss Paz, we did it. You're everywhere out the back there. But we made it to Salta. How good. Keen as. We're getting to our Airbnb and I'm gonna put my feet up for a little bit, edit some vids, rest a little. Well, how good's this then, Miss Pats? This is the studio apartment, I guess that's what it's called when there's no walls separating anything. We're cooking a bit of dinner. We got a bit of editing done when we arrived. Beautiful little outdoor kind of space for Pats to run around in, and the tuk-tuk's safe in the garage in the house behind us. So, how good's this, Miss Pats? Hey? First time in a long time having Argentina's national alcoholic beverage, Fernet and Coke. Usually you put a lot of ice in it, but there was no ice, so that's fine. Airbnb things, we're struggling. Cheers, legends. We made it to Salta. It took all of us. Like, it took a lot of me to get here, to get out of Chile in a hurry, get here before my friend arrived. So yeah, cheers. Salud, decimos en español. But that to me is the flavor of Argentina. That is a delicious drop. We've got some sausages, eggplant, carrot, seen better days. This morron, what do you even call that? The capsicum. Oh, you call it bell pepper in the States? This only ever exists in Latin America. I've never seen that in Australia before, but it's like a zucchini, and that's the pasta coming along together. So that's gonna be dinner. And that's how you know we're back in Argentina.
Look at that, we made it, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the arrivals gate. There's nothing like picking a friend up from the airport in his tuk-tuk.
All right, Miss Pats, what's going on with you, eh? What's been happening with us lately, actually? we've just spent the last week with our friend. We went to Cafayate. I left the camera behind. We've already been there on the trip before, so it was just nice to enjoy it, the three of us. But since then, Patty's unfortunately had a bit of a health complication. It was always the plan leaving Chile when we got the health check for Patty, that when we get to Argentina, when we get to a stable place, that we would do a blood check, a general health check, and also get her heart basically checked, potentially for heartworms, but it is also a common thing for Dobermans apparently to have an inconsistent heart rate, is what the Chilean vet told us before crossing to Chile, and that's the first time we've ever heard about that. But in the last 2 days, Patty's had an abscess form on her elbow from a scar from basically the refuge, her always being lying down on the concrete. There's never been a pus ball of I assume blood as well, form so big as it has basically been blowing up in the last 2 days. Along with that, the Airbnb that said they allow dogs to stay had a dog of their own, a very friendly dog apparently, but when we're heading out on our final day, charged Patty very aggressively and had a little bit of a scuffle. I didn't realize until late last night that Patty had actually been bit by that dog, so it's not too deep. I've sent some messages and photos of all this off to a vet contact of a follower in Instagram that we have over in the US. Thanks Brianna, shout out you for being our little support 24-hour contact. She did send through that basically the abscess could be a cancer on the elbow or a tumor, and that really scared me. So there's apparently as well not much we can do about the dog bite, that she'd recover from that, but we'll just get all this assessed going to the vet right now.
Perro de adopte de Bolivia.
Ven,
Ahí.
mira, acá tiene. Ahí está.
Es mejorando bien al menos.
Sí, sí,
Ayer
aquí.
peor.
Limpieza simplemente. De todas formas, vamos a hacerle algo que es una citología.
Un vet en Estados Unidos dicen podría ser un tumor o cáncer. Eso me...
Se podría ser, pero es raro.
Ajá.
¿Por qué? Porque es una perra joven.
You're doing great. You're doing so good. Good girl.
No es un tumor.
No. Oh, Dios. Qué bueno. Qué suerte. Y instantáneamente sabes eso. Ya, bien.
Porque eso que le salió ahí, ¿viste? Lo blanco
Ajá.
y feo es pus. ¿sí?
Bien.
Es una infección localizada.
Okay. So he's just put soap on both of the wounds basically. We've got to come back kind of weekly. It's great that we're staying here for a little while because he's going to keep removing the pus and contaminated blood, he said, out of the wound. And this afternoon we're coming back for a heart check for the heartworms and things. Perfect. Lo hiciste, mis buds. 2 vaccines, a popped pus, and a clean of the backside. Good girl. I'm stoked with that, eh? That was great service. That legend knew a lot about what was going on. This is a little spot. Home sweet home, man. How about that, eh? We've got the celebratory maticito. Not a cancer, not a tumor. $73 is the cost. Yeah, there's a separate charge for the heart examination tonight, but no worries. It's like, thanks for you guys viewing our adventure and also the Patreon, as always, helping us to just pay some of these bills that just come up out of nowhere on the travel. But it's also what helps us to allow us to stay in such a comfortable Airbnb like we have here. We're really lucky, aren't we, Miss Pats? Who knew that this would occur where you guys are also involved in what we're doing in the day-to-day. We've got some neighbors with a dog as well. And here we've got the lab results for the blood test that we did this morning. Good girl, Miss Pats, you did well. All sorted. 2 big scoops. Just how you like it. Good girl. There you go. Okay. You deserve it. Very patient, we went in the vet there, and many dogs walking in and out, and she's just chilling by my side. So we first went in, we got the heart scanned and gelled up, and it's the first time she's ever done that, and now she's 4 years old. They said we should really be looking at getting that done every year, because Dobermans especially have a heart issue, but more so when they're a bit older. So for now, she's in perfect heart health, and then we got the 2 blood examinations, kind of looked at the results, and everything is ticking all the boxes. There was no kind of alarming little bit of a statistic, even. There was just, everything was a-okay. They just said she's in perfect health. Even the Argentinian vet kind of did a heart rate and with the stethoscope, and said, I don't know what the Chilean doctor was kind of looking at, but at least it's good you came and got the scan. It was kind of due for it. So proud of you, Miss Pats. Proud of you. We are sorted, we are good. We've got some videos to edit, we've got some rest to get had. We're in the middle of Salta. We found a tapiceria, which is a guy that can basically repair the doors. The sun has done its damage. They're very much stretched, and we're getting that fixed today. He's gonna take the roof off. I believe I'm gonna drive home without a roof, then drive back in about a week or so after it's all repaired. Gonna charge us about $200, but I reckon if he does a good job, it's like absolutely worthwhile to get some doors that are Alaska proof almost.
What a crazy noise that is. They just drive along the streets like that.
What's Miss Pat saying? Look, we're doing some editing. This beautiful freaking home. You're just chilling? You're chilling in the sun? Yeah, you're so warm. What's Miss Pat saying? Hey, we've got our appointment in for the tuk-tuk repairs. We're going to be back at 8:30 tomorrow morning. They've got this weird time schedule in Salta where they work 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's almost all businesses, unless you're kind of like restaurants, then it's a bit different. But the broken door frame through here, we've got where Patty loves to stick her head through here. We've got a couple of the zip ties holding that together. He's even going to get a stronger nylon type material, waterproof, and cover the under sections where there's no plastics. That's going to be perfect. See how this is breaking through here. It's just
Sal de tu nido, paloma linda, anda y prueba tu volar.
Very important.
No tengas miedo, mi palomita, que nada te va a pasar. Anda y prueba tus alas bonitas, sin que el temor te limite. Vuela paloma bien alto, mi vida, no dudes que siempre amanece, ya amanecerá. Paloma linda, paloma, paloma linda.
So there it is, the roof. Gracias, Luis. Fantastic, he's a good lad.
tapicería aquí en Salta. Sorted. Let's drive home. Seatbelt on. Jam here. Look at that, eh? How is it without a roof? Free bird. I feel very much in danger, but I know a bit of material will not save my life. So this is how it is always. Oh, hell yeah. We're attracting the attention of the locals, and I hope not the police.
Paloma, paloma linda.
Happy Miss Putz? Happy Miss Putz? What? What is a funny look? It's a funny look. You good? You
good? Where'd she go? She's coming back. Good to see you. What did we do to the tuk-tuk, Miss Pats? This is a very appreciative garage that we've got here. It's good that we've got a roof in a time that we've taken off the roof.
We're in Argentina. Nobody really leaves the house on a Sunday. Everybody has their family over. They start up la parrilla, which is what we're gonna do. Get some fernet, some coca, facturas, and I'll show off the process a little bit, not to drag it out, but when in Rome, do what the Romans do.
So in the majority of Argentina there, we just used wood, but we only had access to coal, so that's what we're using. That's exactly how you want them. So you clean the grill by just putting a layer of coals over, and then you just get a bit of cardboard. That's all you do. You're just getting that gunk off on the last one. You just get a bit of the meat fat. Look at that, that's our first time cooking with costillas, the ribs. How good. And then here we've got a bit of chancho, a bit of pig. That's already coming together so nicely. Who's keen, eh? The ribs, man. Oh. I'm so stoked. The coals are going well. By the way, legends, any tips that we've got on the asado grill, whether you're Argentinian or not, just hit me up in the comments because I want to learn. I want to continue doing this more. Despacito, despacito. Happy? Patty happy? Definitely take care of you, don't I? Because you're trying it before I do. Right. I think I cooked it for too long, to be honest. Like, I do like it a bit rarer, but that was a chancho. That was a pig, but it's damn good. You can't get that flavor from just a barbecue or on your pan. This is just like the grill on the top, a charcoal that you get. The ribs, eh? Yeah, definitely cook that a lot. I'd probably say 7 out of 10, just because I know how good an asado grill can be. Or I don't think mine is that. And she's ready for some more. Last bit. Hell yeah, bit of traditional dessert to finish it off. Thanks for joining us. I'm looking at Patty. I can't. Argentina.
Antes estaba desde acá,
Sí,
ahora han puesto de acá, acá ya no se va a entrar el agua porque tiene una canaletita incluso.
increíble. Ya. Y todos cerran.
Todo
Y
cierra.
esas pequeñitas que queda tan buena. Atrás también, mira eso. Mate, am I stoked with this job. Hiciste un gran trabajo, señor. Look at that. Nice, he replaces yours. So they've really reinforced the material on the inside of all the doors. That'll just hold up a lot better, future-proofing the vehicle. Nice, man, nice. The YouTube channel, Tuk-Tuking Argentina to Alaska, really clear with the flags, and it says, be careful with the dogs. So sometimes people like to just approach the vehicle. I want Patty to remain this kind of intimidating dog, protecting our doorless, basically, vehicle. So we're just putting that for safety as well. It's a lot easier for people to see how they can follow us, especially if you're driving behind us. Aussie Espanol. Chuck a like and subscribe. This is epic.
With the tuk-tuk doors now all fixed up and looking the part, Patty back to full health once again, we spent one last week resting up and in good company, continuing with our routine. Join us next week on the Thrill Dream as we drive 4 days to the Paraguayan border, taking a route even locals don't know. Out in the middle of nowhere, just 10 minutes from crossing, we're stopped by a lone, intimidating man claiming to be the military. Knife on his belt, wearing a football jersey. Nothing on this journey ever comes too easy.